Source consciousness. What exactly is source consciousness? A lot of people talk about we're all the source in the New Age movement. They talk about source consciousness is where we return to, all is one. And the reason why we're all here on planet Earth is because source decided within itself that it wanted to make billions and trillions of copies of itself to have this experience and many others on different planets and with different solar systems and so forth, etc. And when you really analyze this, it just doesn't make any sense. Why would something that's infinite and all powerful want to put itself in this situation? I mean, seriously, it just doesn't make any sense. This is the explanation for why the world is so hard and crazy and why duality and polarity have to be a thing and why animals get brutalized and killed by predators and why little children go missing and, all the murder and bloodshed and just everything that goes along with this life. And yeah, there's good here. Sure. I mean, a lot of us have had a lot of fun here. I mean, maybe not everybody. Um, but there is, the opportunity to have fun here. Maybe that means something different to different people depending on where you're from. But all I'm saying is it's not all bad. I understand that. I can't just sit here and paint the picture as everything's all bad. But while it's not all bad, there is a lot of bad. There is a lot that is just wrong down here. There's a lot that doesn't make sense. There's a lot that doesn't add up. And at the same time, on top of all that, it just seems pointless to be here because, for one, you live to die and you try to survive. You live your everyday life trying to survive, but ultimately, one day, you're going to die, at least physically. Now, if you understand that we all have a soul, a spirit, whatever you want to call it, the non-physical aspect to yourself, then you know that you only die physically. So if we're all source consciousness and we're all one, then that means source consciousness created the earth. Source consciousness is incarnating aspects of itself down here. It's also trapping those same aspects down here through reincarnation and the light and the love that certain souls experience that happen to go through the light. Source consciousness is also playing the archons and reptilians in the astral world and demonic entities and all that. Source consciousness is basically trapping itself and imprisoning itself with the light on this planet and whatever other planets that are being used in this. When you think about it this way, it doesn't make sense. Why would source consciousness do all this to itself? For what? And I read some stories out there from whoever wrote them talking about source consciousness got bored, and that's why all of this happened. So it decided to experience itself as separate from itself. Like, what? And look, this is coming from a guy who, like I said, I made another video about this before, that I was caught up in the New Age movement and all that for a long time, till I finally just said, it doesn't make sense anymore. And now I'm like, excuse me, what? Come again with some of this New Age stuff? Like, seriously. I mean, honestly, when I look back on how I used to believe in some of this stuff, I say to myself, yeah, I don't think so. you know, um, it's just weird, man. Like, you know, looking back on it, honestly, it doesn't make sense anymore. Some of this stuff that I used to believe in. So Source got bored and decided to torment itself on planet Earth and many other prison-like planets. So it decided to play as the Archons and also play as other aspects of itself so it could imprison itself. Really. And then you got the whole raise your vibrational frequency thing so you can ascend to the fifth dimension and return to source. And then after you've done that, you'll bump into an archon that is disguised as Archangel Gabriel or Prophet Muhammad or Buddha or Jesus, and get you to go into the light and reincarnate right back into this hellhole known as Earth. And if that doesn't work, if you don't fall for the light, or you decide not to go into it, then maybe some nasty reptilian creature or gray alien will scare the crap out of you and make you run back to Earth. Oh, but we're all one, right? We're all source consciousness. It doesn't make sense. And then you got beings out there that will come across as if they're so filled with love and light, and they radiate this light and love that penetrates the very essence of your soul and mind washes you and all of that, only to turn around and talk about how you've accumulated so much karma and you have to return to Earth. Like, what the hell? When you really think about it, it is beyond absolutely ridiculous.